Hey y'all, welcome back to another week of Market Monday. On the road again. We're down here at the National Western Stock Show here in Denver, Colorado. So if you're in Denver, come on out and stop by. We're at the end of the 1100 alley in the Education Hall. We got a lot to talk about this week with the markets. Gold this week closed at 4,590 cents, up $171.30 from a week ago. That's back towards the old high of 45.84. 4,900 is still the upside target in the short term, and we'll see what happens here coming up this week. Silver closed at 79.34, up $8.33. It retested the old high early in the week at 82.58 and closed strong on the week. If you bought the dip last week, like we talked about a little bit for your stacking needs, things are looking pretty good right now. I think that was a good opportunity there to do some more stacking. The gold silver ratio closed at 56.40, which was a few points narrower from a week ago. If you remember, a week ago it went back wider just a little bit, and now we're narrowing up again. There's some interesting news that comes out today, and starting today, banks can no longer hold unallocated gold and silver paper on their balance sheets and count it as an asset without actually holding the physical asset. They can still hold it, but it's going to cost them a lot in carry fees to carry the metal. So this is going to cause them to continue buying physical and unwinding their short positions here this week. A lot of this buying could have already been going on in up and coming changes of this rule, but there could be still additional buying coming up. So let's keep an eye on that today and this week, and see if these metals start to take off again because they're back towards their old highs. Copper closed at $5.90 this week. That's up 21 cents from a week ago. It also made new contract highs at $6.11 early this week. So let's keep an eye on the copper as well. If gold and silver start to move, this copper is seemingly very strong right now and has not let off the gas. And lead also has been on the move. Lead closed at $2,028.42. That's up $38.54 from a week ago. We're right in the middle of the range last week. Now we're in the top third of the price range on this lead. So lead has finally, after a few weeks of copper, gold, and silver going up, has started to catch back up after about a month ago being on its 52-week lows. Crude oil this week closed at $59.12, up $1.80 from a week ago. Not a lot of movement in the crude oil right now, but the upside channel mark for crude oil is still that $61 range. We've just been slowly inching towards that right now, so we should keep on moving up. Bonds closed at 115.25, or a 4.81% yield. That's down 0.06 from a week ago. So the price went up just a little bit and the yield went down just a touch. This market is very steady right now, and this could be due to the government buying treasuries and the banks unwinding their treasuries to buy more metals, because this thing has just been flat for the last few weeks. That's a possibility. I don't know that for a fact, but it is an interesting correlation. Bitcoin also closed at 90,190. That's down $215 from a week ago. Bitcoin has been very steady for the last several weeks. Even though we just came out of the holiday trade, Bitcoin has not been moving around a lot, especially when you consider what metals have been doing and what the stock market's been doing. Bitcoin has been very steady. So let's keep an eye on that this week if we continue to get buying pressure in the metals, and let's see what happens with this Bitcoin. 9mm ammo was steady this week at 27 cents. And 5.56 ammo was also steady this week at 48 cents. Now, if the metals get that continued buying pressure this week from these new banking laws, then we will likely see ammo start to slowly go up over time here. So let's see what happens with this copper and lead. prices have definitely gone up in general, but if copper really starts to break out, I think we're going to see some movement in this ammo. So let's keep track of that and see how things go. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week. I will still be here at Stock Show, and then I'll be heading to SHOT Show the week of the 19th, so I'll be on the road all month. See you soon.